Okay, gang, welcome back. The countdown continues for the Marvel Legends House of X Xmen line. Build a Tri-Sentinel. We only have 4 of the figures left, and we got Moira, Cyclops, Magneto, and good old Professor X. They all look great. But now that we're down to 4, to narrow it down, we're going to use the 4-sided die, and it's going to decide which one we're going to open tonight. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get rolling. Alright, we got the dice cam here. Let's roll her on up. 2. Alright. I was kind of hoping for that. Professor X. Alright, we got good old Charlie in his standing mobile Cerebro mode. He does come with the replacement head. It looks like it's very similar to the, Jim Lee wheelchair one. But doesn't look like his eyes. Well, I guess we'll take a look when we open it. So, Krakoa says Xavier. Starting to recognize the letters a little bit better. Nice little box art on it. Again, taken directly from the comic. I highly recommend it. This was actually the figure that I wanted most, so I'm happy we're opening it now. I really just wanted him and Moira, just to complete, one of each X-Men character available. I didn't want too many repeats, but I did want the Wolverine also. And then, I started finding everything, and the rest is history. We have the line. All right, without further ado, let's crack Charlie on open. Well, here's Professor X outside the box in all his glory, and what he came with was the right arm of the Tri-Sentinel. So no legs yet, no clicking at the moment. I'll start clicking it in once we get the other leg. I think that will work out good. Just so we can see the height. So it comes with this alien-looking arm from the Tri-Sentinel. Again, replacement head with the powers, and I think he is, eyes closed, concentrating, kind of cool. And then command fingers, command action fingers. I'll let you decide what that means. And here's your do what I tell you finger. Go that way. And let's take a look at the figure itself here. So this looks like a reuse of a mold that they did a while ago, and I for a split second thought it was a Reed Richards, but it's actually much skinnier. And what I realized, it was from this era Iceman. It's a very similar mold. So it's basically the reuse of this Iceman's body, except not clear, obviously, and not barefoot. So cool reuse of this Bobby Drake. So same basic principles here. We got the butterfly shoulders, ab crunch, very slim body. Which makes sense for Professor X. Let's get Bobby out of the way for a second. Okay. We'll go over the articulation real quick while we're at it. So his head goes all the way down like that, which is cool. Obviously can go all the way back since it's just his helmet. Like that. Again, the butterfly shoulders, nice effect. Can go a little bit forward like that. All the way back like that, so it looks like he's flying. Full rotator cuff on that, rotator joint, bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, which can reach the full flex, if you will. Ab crunch, but it only goes forward that much, only goes back that much. You got a waist cut, leg can get pretty high, boom, and pretty far back, with the butt kind of making it butterfly out a little bit. Double jointed knee, which can go all the way to his mid-back, so Professor X been doing yoga. Let's see what else we got. Got a rocker and a foot pivot. Just no toes. It's got some booties on. Boom. Now let's just go over the overall look. I love it. It can be improved in tiny ways. I wish, since it was such a, let's say, minimal figure, that's one of the reasons why it was striking. They could have done more with the X, maybe given it an iridescent glow of some sort, maybe even painted some of these cables on Cerebro. And, you know, maybe the black could have been less matte and more, I don't know, darker black. I guess it's just sitting there as like a slate black, and you can see a little bit of gray, or they just injected color into the Bobby Drake Iceman mold. This was a nice touch, but I don't know, it seemed like Professor X was a little bit younger in the comic book. If you haven't read it yet, I highly recommend it. Let's see, let's take a look at it. Get in there, buddy. A little tight. There you go. Kind of looks like Professor X Jesus with this halo. Yeah, I think it could have been a younger looking Professor X. This falls right in line with the Jim Lee Professor X in the power wheelchair. Of course, he has replacement hands. Let's pop one of those in while we have a chance. Ooh. Put their head back on. Ooh. I want you in Krakoa. Alright, so in closing, I do like the minimal feel and look of this version of Professor X, because obviously all the action's happening up here. He is the genius and leader. Do that pose right there, you know. He could have used a tiny bit more detail, or maybe since there's so little detail, they could have, you know, buffed it up a little bit. Not like the body, but, you know, made the uniform look a little bit more matte, or added just a slight detail to it. As you can see, there's like a color break right there that could have been useful. Maybe more detail on the helmet, obviously, and on his mouth and face, even though there's not a lot exposed. I mean, they did such a good job on Jean Grey's figure. It's like really beautiful. I can't believe, like, I'm saying an action figure is beautiful, but it is. Let's see if I can, she's right by me. I mean, it's like straight from the comic. Like, you don't even need to customize it, even though I know some people already have. It's awesome. But yeah, they could have just used a little bit more TLC for this guy. But all in all, solid representation of this new Professor X. I like the standing Professor X. I don't know if you're up on the lore on that. Of course, this is like in this timeline he's standing, but like he can stand at any time apparently. It's just he uses so much of his brain for others, you know, for his other mental powers, that he gives away the strength of his body to do so, I guess. Yeah, I'll read up on that. I believe that's how it works. But anyway, yeah, thanks again, guys, for joining me on this quick little video. Trying to put together that Tri-Sentinel, and, you know, just enjoying this House of X rebirth of Xmen. It's really cool. Cool. Anyway, thanks again for joining me. Leave a comment, a like, subscribe. I appreciate the new subscribers. Thanks again, guys. Just doing this out of love and geekhood, and would love to hear from you. Let me know what you guys are digging or what you would like to see after this BAF. I might throw in some surprises in between, depending on my mood. And yeah, stay tuned. Thanks again for joining me. Stay otakutive. Be safe. Talk to you later.